Spotlight Dance NOLA families and students, and welcome to Season 5 in the Spotlight. Given everything that's going on right now, we want to stick true to our COVID guidelines, so we have a little bit of a virtual orientation. Stay tuned for more info. All right, so kicking off introductions of the leadership team, my name is Ms. Ty, owner, operator, and artistic director. I specialize in ballet and jazz, but I hop in and teach whatever needs to be done. Can't wait to meet the dancers.
Hi students and families, my name's Miss Tia and I am the Assistant Director at Spotlight Dance NOLA and your lead tap instructor.
Hi guys, it's Miss Kennedy, Studio Manager and Lead Taps Instructor.
All right, so as a part of orientation, we're going to take you through the rules and regulations in the parent-student contract that you guys signed. We're going to brush up on attendance policies, rules in the studio, expectations on the students' behalf as well as the parents' behalf. We also are going to talk about our COVID-19 guidelines as we continue to navigate these strange times. We'll also talk about class breakdown, the ages that belong in each class, as well as scheduling. So hopefully we're able to answer all of your questions. Stay tuned.
First up is attendance. Each dancer has 3 unexcused absences before the teacher has the authority to remove them from performance eligibility. That includes excused absences such as medical and family emergencies and require a doctor's note or other proof of occurrence.
These are the following uniform guidelines. Each dancer must wear their hair in a bun or ponytail during class. No dancers are allowed to wear jewelry during class. If a dancer receives more than 3 infractions, they will not be allowed performance eligibility. If students come to class out of uniform, they may be asked to sit and observe.
All right, a little bit more detail about uniforms. So each dancer is required to wear a black leotard to each and every class. The leotard can be cap sleeve, tank top, spaghetti strap, long sleeve, whatever the dancer's heart desires, but they must wear a black leotard to every class. Additionally, on ballet and jazz days, the students can either wear pink tights, and we prefer that they always be convertible, meaning that the feet can be exposed under the bottom. So pink convertible tights, or we also invite the dancers to wear flesh tone tights. Again, make sure that they are convertible so that the feet can be exposed when we're doing acro or modern. Okay, for ballet class, each of the dancers needs a pair of pink or flesh colored ballet slippers. For jazz, the dancers are allowed to wear black jazz boots or tan jazz boots. And for tap, the dancers can wear tan tap shoes or black tap shoes. For hip hop, the dancers wear high top, traditional black and white Converse. But if they do not have their Converse for class, it's fine that they wear any sneaker as long as they bring sneakers to hip hop. As I mentioned before, for modern, acro, and tumbling, will always be barefoot. So make sure that your dancer comes to each and every class with all of their dance shoes in their Spotlight Dance NOLA canvas bag. All new students will receive this bag as well as a Spotlight Dance NOLA COVID safety mask. The dancers who already have their bags and their masks are expected to bring them to class each and every time. For hip hop and tap dance days, dancers may wear black leggings. They don't have to cover the feet. They can also wear on colder nights for class, they can wear joggers, completely black, solid black. For acro and tumbling, dancers can wear biker shorts, but we only want to reserve the biker shorts for acro and tumbling when we know that there's a mat for class. If dancers wear bikers to hip hop and we're doing floor work, they may injure themselves. So please don't wear bikers to hip hop. Keep them exclusively for your acro and tumbling classes, and fully cover the legs with leggings or joggers for hip hop.
Next up is punctuality. Each dancer should arrive 5 minutes prior to class time. Although you guys are arriving 5 minutes prior to class time, you should only enter at your designated time. And if you're more than 15 minutes late, your teacher has the authority to ask for you to sit and observe for the remainder of class time.
All right, everybody, let's talk class schedule. So first things first, All of the dancers stick to their same schedule on a week-to-week basis unless otherwise notified. When we have special performances, we'll invite certain dancers to attend rehearsals outside of their schedule. Unless you receive those notices, please stick to your designated schedule. Teachers will rotate. Teachers rotate on a weekly basis. So for example, if your dancer has ballet, jazz, and modern on Monday, there's no way to fit all three genres into that 1 hour. So on a weekly basis, those genres will rotate. The first week, they'll have their ballet instructor. The next week, they'll have their jazz instructor, so on and so forth. So dancers need to be prepared with all of their shoes at all times. So let's jump into the schedule. Monday nights. Monday nights at 5:30, our intermediate dancers come from 5:30 to 6:30, and they will be taking ballet, modern, and jazz. At 6:30, our advanced dancers will enter the studio, and they will also have ballet, modern, and jazz. Tuesdays, starting at 5:30, we have our tots. Tuesdays are reserved for tots ballet. So our dancers will be taking part in that. 6:30 on Tuesday is beginner intermediate ballet. Jumping back into Wednesdays. The Wednesday schedule is very similar to Monday. We have our intermediate dancers entering the studio for hip hop and tap. Following that, at 6:30, our advanced dancers enter the studio for both hip hop and tap. On Thursday, our tots come back at 5:30, and they'll be taking tap that day. Thursdays at 6:30, beginner intermediate take both hip hop and tap. Now let's get into the Saturday schedule. Saturdays beginning at 10:30 is our brand new class by popular demand, tots and beginner intermediate technique and tumbling. If your dancer enjoyed Acro with Miss Kennedy, this is the class for them. Bright and early on Saturday morning, they'll be getting a deeper dive into dance technique as well as tumbling. Following our tots technique and tumbling class is our junior select group rehearsal. The junior select group is made up of our young dancers here at the studio that want to spend a little bit more time in the studio on Saturdays with Miss Ty, the other instructors, and guest artists to learn the industry and have more exposure one-on-one to better their technique and dance styles. Following that class, at 12:30, we have intermediate and advanced technique and tumbling. That's an opportunity for our older dancers to have the chance to get in the studio with Miss Kennedy and work on those technique and tumbling skills. At 1:30, we have the advanced senior select group. That is for the top of the studio to come in the studio, work on specific projects, community-based projects, whether they be festivals or performances here in the studio. So I hope you guys have a better understanding of the calendar, and stay tuned for more information on placement. Class schedule and placement, we will be conducting virtual placement examinations so that we can decide where each dancer will be better suited in class. So for example, even though a dancer is 10, they may not be eligible for senior select group, but they may be eligible for junior select group, depending on where they fare in terms of their technique. So we'll conduct those virtual assessments, and we'll send the dates out in which your dancers will log on to Zoom with Miss Ty, Miss T, and Miss Kennedy, and they'll have demonstrations. No pressure, we'll just see where they need to be. Additionally, classes are broken down sort of by age. So typically, our tots class covers dancers ages 2 to 5. The 5-year-olds can be in pre-K4 or kindergarten. Once they move into first grade, they are eligible to move up to beginner intermediate. Those are the 6 through 9-year-olds. After beginner intermediate, we have intermediate, which is 10 to adult, actually. So the dancers have to be moved up by the staff and the director based on skill. So dancers between the ages of 11 and 13 start to be assessed to see if they're prepared to move up to the advanced class. And the advanced class begins, like I said, roughly between ages 11 to 13 up to adulthood. So that's our class structure breakdown, and I hope that that has clarified a couple things for you guys. Last but not least, our commitment clause. If you take a closer look at your application, this is something that's super important. You guys are signing on to participate with the studio for 1 year's commitment, okay? From the time that we start in September to the time that we close out in June. You are committing to the studio that your student will participate on a monthly basis, which means that you will pay monthly tuition. If for any reason your dancer cannot continue with Spotlight Dance NOLA, you're signing a contract that says that you understand that breaking the contract will result in a cancellation fee. So please make sure that you're reading the fine print at the bottom of your parent and student contract. Our COVID guidelines are as follows. I'm gonna read them so that I make sure that I don't leave anything out. Please check your temperature before attending dance class. Each dancer's temperature will be also taken upon arrival to the studio. Temperatures will be documented in a ledger. If a dancer has a temperature above 98.5 degrees, they will not be allowed to stay for class. With the help of our staff, all dancers will wash their hands before entering the studio. Dancers will be spaced a minimum of 6 feet apart with marked spots on the floor. Masks are required for class. Dancers who participated in our Spotlight Dance NOLA Summer Spotlight Intersession will be expected to wear the mask that they received. All other dancers will be given a mask. Spotlight Dance NOLA staff will also wear masks during class. Dancers will be released outside of the studio at the conclusion of class. Parents and guardians may not enter the studio for any reason unless otherwise specified. It is important that dancers understand that they arrive and leave at specified class times to meet appropriate occupancy standards. All surfaces and equipment will be sanitized between each class. Lastly, if at any point you decide that your dancer will not be returning to the studio physically, there are virtual classes available. Please make sure that you communicate that to me in a timely manner. Thank you. All right, we hope that you enjoyed our virtual orientation. We're super excited for season 5. We can't wait to see all of the dancers in the spotlight.